Good morning. Hey, my name is Colleen Light, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my normal time to come on live and do a tutorial. So how cute is this card? It's using the Retiring Celebrate Sunflower stamp set. Look at this. How cute. It opens up like this. So it's called a Double Easel card. But not only that, look what I got in the mail, my new catalog. So that is very, very exciting for me. I wish I could show you the inside. If you haven't gotten your catalog yet, don't worry, there's still mailing. And if you haven't placed an order with me in the last 6 months or year, I can't remember which one I sent out, just let me know and I'll be happy to get a catalog off in the mail to you. Anyway, fun project. I'm ready to go, so let me flip this camera around and let's have some sort of crafty fun this morning. I'm always so happy when you all can join me. Let me know if I start to bounce out of the screen a little bit. I'm known to do that. Let me pull you up here on my laptop so I can see comments. And I'm just so happy you could join me today. I have the windows wide open. It has been a heck of a winter here with the rain and whatnot in Southwest Washington. I always say I give my daily weather report to you all. But what I want, it's just beautiful out. So I have my craft room windows open. It is a gorgeous morning. The sun is shining. There's not a speck of rain in sight at this point in time. So I am feeling really pretty enthusiastic, hoping Lucy and I can get out for a walk today. Okay, so let me straighten this out, hopefully, so I'm not too wonky today. Love the catalog. If you have not seen the inside of it, that is one of the benefits of being a demonstrator, is we get the early releases, and we get to look at things sooner. So that, besides the discount, that's one of the perks and one of the things I absolutely love about being a demonstrator. So this card here, okay, we're gonna call this good. Oh, good morning, Tammy. Oh, it finally popped up. I know, you know, Lucy was outside and I was chasing her around to bring her in. Anyway, this is called a Double Easel card. How cute though. So it doesn't really, this is how it sits. But it would sit like this. It's so hard when you do these fun folds sometimes to really show a good picture. But look, so how cute. And then this is the inside. So I'm using just nice, fun spring colors. I am all about spring. If anyone has known me for more than a minute, you will know that I love spring. And this has been one of my favorite stamp sets, and it is Retiring. The designer series paper I'm using is Retiring. I'm using a ribbon that retired a while ago. Pull your stuff out. Use not everything. We all love the new stuff, but I'm using up some things. I'm kind of in a craft room purge, so you're going to see a lot of retiring products until the new catalog actually launches. And my craft room purge. Okay, so let's go ahead and get busy. Before I start, if you want, because I am a little busy today, so I probably won't get this blogged and everything on YouTube with all the dimensions written down. If you are a person that likes those dimensions, go ahead and grab your, if you can read my handwriting, of course these are all in inches and I didn't make those little marks. Those are all in inches though. Please feel free to grab a screenshot before we get busy. I know some people like to make the card right away, and I want you to have the opportunity to do that since I am a little on the busier side today. So go ahead and grab that while I finish setting this one thing up here. I don't know what is going on. I'm going to try and get this just set up a little bit. Here we go. Good morning, Joan. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, okay, I'm going to move these, so I hope you got your screenshot. Okay, now let's go ahead and I will see if I can follow my own directions. I love a white card base. I have said that a million times. It's classic, love it, so that's what I'm doing again. So 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So basically you take your full sheet of cardstock and you cut it right down the middle lengthways. Okay, so we're gonna fold this in half and this is our card base. Let me take my sample so you know what I'm talking about. This is our card base, what everything is going to adhere to. So it doesn't get, this card I think has a lot of wow. It really is a fun fold. And super, super easy to make. Okay, that's our card base. I'm gonna set this off to the side. You know I like to do my stamping first. So we're gonna stamp, then I'm gonna show you how to score the rest of the card base and the rest of the cut pieces. But I wanna do our stamping first. Oh, excuse me, Luce. So you, Lucy loves to be under my feet all the time. So you'll often hear me say, oh, excuse me, Lucy, while we're in here working. I did not cut a scrap and I don't, oh yeah, I did. Here we go. I need my sunflower scrap. There we go. Let's go ahead and stamp our sunflower. So we want the big one, and I am actually doing this in So Saffron, which is a retiring color. So let's go ahead and use this. So Saffron has been one of my favorite colors, along with Daffodil Delight. So Saffron just happens to, though, be a coordinating color with this beautiful fancy Flora Design a Series paper that I am using. In full disclosure, I ordered this by mistake. And it's so pretty that I don't know why I just didn't order everything that went with it, because I absolutely love it. But, hang on, I'm double checking myself. I don't see, no, I guess Daffodil Delight is the coordinating color. Well, we're going to use So Saffron anyway. I misspoke. Anyway, I have to say that I really, really have loved that Designer Series paper. And with all the new goodies coming out, you know, I just want to use everything up. So let's go ahead. We're going to stamp this sunflower, the big one right here, a couple of times using the So Saffron. I do have the Daffodil Delight somewhere. It's just not readily available, so I'm not going to worry about it. I thought the So Saffron, I thought it looked really pretty, and to me it looked a little bit more sunflowery. So, is that a word? Sunflowery? So let's go ahead and stamp this real quick. On these larger images, I like to get full coverage. So you're going to see me go around a couple of times. And I like to use a big block. And I'm just going to hold it in place for a minute. Good morning, Kathy, Jeanette. I know, I love the sunflowers too. All right, so that should be good. How pretty is that image? Oh, there we go. Just so pretty. Now, we don't only want a sunflower there, but we want one. This is the inside panel of our card. So this one is going to sit inside the white base. And I want to put a sunflower down in the corner. I like to decorate the insides of my cards and actually the envelopes, but I tend to do the envelopes at the last minute because I'm always running out of envelopes. So I tend not to decorate them until I'm sending them off. Okay, so I'm just taking this, it's just this easy, and I'm just going to pop it down here at the bottom. And it just gives that little bit of extra wow, yet with plenty of room to add a sentiment, write a note, sign your name, whatever it is you want to do. Works out perfectly. We have another thing to stamp here. So I'm going to take our Designer Series paper, and this is cut at 2 1/4 inches by 3 3/4. It's this is the pattern side, that's what it looked like, but I thought it matched the piece of paper I was using actually really well. And I want to add, you can see I stamped right on the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm gonna grab the Let's Celebrate You because I love all the celebrations. We're coming into wedding season, graduation season, all the seasons. And sometimes, and I thought this would make a really cute team. You know, like when people bump up on a team, you know, no matter where you work, you know, like a, yay, you've accomplished something, congratulations on your promotion kind of card, without being too over the top. So again, this is a longer stamp, and I like to take my ink pad and run it when they're larger stamps across the stamp and not put my stamp on the ink pad, which I'm sure I probably said that in my usual mixed up way, but let's stamp it the right direction. I'm going to go a little bit up, and I'm going to show you why, because I'm going to use one of my favorite dies. Ta-da! So that worked out really well. Oh, and thank you for sharing, Kathy. I appreciate that. Okay, so here we're going to do our die cutting now. I like to do everything at once, stamping all at once, die cutting all at once. I like everything all at once. Let me show you this. This particular die came from the Scalloped Contours dies, and it gives just this perfect little extra bit of scalloped edge. So I have another piece, and I want to use this designed piece to tuck behind this piece, but I wanted to just fancy this up a little bit. I think you could just put this piece here. I think it'd be perfectly fine, but I wanted a little extra. So that's what I'm going to do. And because I want to show, you know, I love all the die cuts and everything. And I'll show you the card I made on my YouTube at the end of this video, so stay put. We're going to use this one, and I just, you know, all the time. I just set things down all the time. Oh, this is so shadowy in here. My daughter gave me, she gifted me a wonderful new light for my craft room, but I haven't had time to play with it yet. So that's on my list of things to do this week, because I'm super excited to have some better lighting in here. So it's very nice of her, and I'm super excited to play around with it, but I didn't think my first live after being back would be the time to experiment. So here we go. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to use a little bit of that lightweight tape there, because I don't want it to move. And I'm going to move this. And we're just going to give this a little run through the machine. And you'll see, ta-da, how easy is that? And it just gives that little bit extra. I like to make these look, the end pieces look as even as I can. I like it to flow. All right, let's cut out that sunflower now. You can dress your sunflower up if you are a person who absolutely loves to color and you want to spend all the time doing that. You can certainly grab your blends and color in this image. I like a lot of white space, so I left mine blank. These are the dies. I'll show them to you again once I pull these out. Once I pull the machine out of the way. And I'm terrible at lining up dies, so I actually am one of these people that kind of has to spin the die a couple of 2 or 3 times to get it lined up. I am not very, I have to, it's just how I go. So what all did you think about? Have you all had the opportunity to look at the color refresh? Have you seen all the information out there? And, oh gosh, I'm going to go around about 3 times, I think. Have you seen all the information about the new colors? I was personally so excited Fresh Freesia is hanging out. It is my favorite color. So I was super, super excited to see that one is hanging out and staying. You know, don't ask me what my problem is today and why I can't get this die lined up. I think I'm just about there though, everybody. Good gravy. There we go. I think that's it. My gosh. Ta-da. I sure couldn't have complicated that more on a bad bet. Anyway, let's put this in place and get this done. Anyway, so I was super excited that Fresh Freezer is staying. Now, my least favorite color that I talked about in a couple of videos is not retiring. So I guess I'll keep that a mystery. I don't want to say what it is. Anywho, so there's that piece of tape there. Let me show you the remainder of these wonderful dies that are retiring. So, you know, the nice thing with retiring things is often they'll be on special. But look, you can, this one cuts out beautiful images. So we have that, we have these leaf things, more leaves, we have the little button that goes in the center. These are wonderful. I would say that this has probably been one of my favorite sets to date. So for me, if I didn't already have it, and I know this is one I will keep. You know, oftentimes we want to make room for our new things, but I have to say I think this is one that I am going to keep forever and ever because I love it so much. Okay, let me get my scoring tool or my paper trimmer because it has the scoring tool on it. And let me tell you how we're going to do this. This is cut at 4 inches by 10 1/4. Let me move the cutting blade out of the way. And we want to score this one. We want to score this at 2.5 and 5. I still talk like a teenager all the time. And 5 inches. Yikes. How easy is that? And then we're going to make our fold. So just, you know, it's easy peasy. Up and down. Doesn't get any easier than that. Give it a little burnish. I like mine to kind of pop up a little bit more, so I'm not going to go too much over with that burnishing. Okay, let's start gluing and adhering. This card comes together remarkably quickly. So let's start gluing things together. So I love this pattern piece, and I thought that matched and just kind of brought that soft seafoam color in a little bit on the background. Not a lot, but just enough. And I thought this was a hair darker just to give this a little bit more interest. So let me know what you think. If you would just use the one piece of designer series paper, or if you like the scalloped edge. I have to say, my preference is the scalloped edge, but I always really value your opinion. You know, as I create things, I love to hear what other people's opinions on are, and I always learn from you. Okay, so just make sure it's nice and even. You don't want anything too wonky on this because you want the background, so you want to make sure the edges are on top. There we go. This piece is going to adhere here. Let's go ahead and get that part going. So very, like I said, fun and easy card. We're making a double easel card today. Using up some retired and retiring products as I do my craft room purge. Oh, the one thing I did. And here, this piece of paper, I wanted, so when you're adhering your designer series paper, because I have the flower here, I wanted more blank space up here and not as busy. But I love when the card opens to bring that soft seafoam color in. So you can see the difference. If I was turned it like this, I think it would look too busy. So when you're adhering your designer series paper and cutting it, just be sure to take a look at how you want to lay it down before you actually put the glue on. Okay, you also want to make sure that your edges are lined up and look cohesive. So when I'm saying that, what I mean is when you put down, you want to make sure your designer series paper is lining up. So let me go ahead, and I like to start at the top here and make sure I've got that good border, and then come down. But before I press it in place, I'm going to bring this part up and make sure I don't need to scooch anything over and get things in the proper alignment. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Look at how nice that is. Okay, so now we are going to want to put our sunflower down. This is your bottom part. Again, if you are a person that does not like white space, bring your markers in or your Stampin' Blends in. You can do it in any color you choose. You could bring in the soft succulent color. You could bring in a little bit of that pinkish color, which is, let me see, I want to say it's Flirty Flamingo, but you know, I'm going to say, so far I've been saying most of these colors wrong today, so I could well be wrong. Let me see, I'm looking for my Designer Series paper. But you could bring in, I would say you could bring in, it's Calypso Coral, Fresh Freezer. You could bring in any other color you want, soft succulent, to add to your sunflower. I just prefer the white space. So for me, I'm just eyeballing this to see where actually I want to put my sunflower. I know that I like this part down here at the bottom, how the flower lays and opens up. So you can use your seal, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use the glue. And because last time I used the seal, I don't know what happened. I got it everywhere. So I'm going to stick with my tried and true. I know some people have a love-hate with this multi-purpose glue. I am a person that needs wiggle room, and I'm holding it and I'm just eyeballing it. And before I press too much down and make a mess, I'm going to make sure that I don't have any adhesive, because I don't want to close my card shut with adhesive. So I want to make sure that's in the perfect location. Okay, let's add some of this wonderfully retired ribbon here. This is actually the woven ribbon. It was one of my absolute favorites. It is no longer available. Go through your stash and find the ribbon, twine, or whatever you like to use. Like I said, I am doing a big craft room purge, and because I'm ordering for the new, oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm ordering for the new catalog, and so I'm going through a lot of retired product. And I know if you have been crafting for any length of time, you have the perfect ribbon in your stash that you can use up. Okay, ta-da! And I thought that this just matched perfectly. So let me grab my ribbon scissors, and then we're going to adhere this to our card base. I am one of those people that likes to do most of everything, create most of the card before, if I'm doing a fun fold, before I adhere it to the base. But you should do what works for you. And then I'm really excited to see what you think about this card. I thought the colors were super pretty, very springy, and that is what this long winter, I needed a very springy card. You know, we had snow yesterday in areas again, and hail and everything else. So, and I'm actually, since it is a fun fold, normally I would not add 3 glue dots to the back of a bow, but I am going to do that because it's a fun fold. And sometimes people open and close them a bunch. So I'm just being a little extra cautious with how I'm adhering things. Okay. Let's put this on our card base. We're going to put this piece inside. Well, I'm not going to. I adhered it on the other one just for the sample, but normally I don't adhere my inside panels until I send them off. And I usually only do it if I know I'm going to take it to a farmer's market or to a craft show. Because, again, it is so much easier to remake an inside panel than it is if I misspell a word or make a mistake, put the wrong person's name on it, than it is to remake an entire card. So you can see how easily this comes together. kind of wiggle it around, make sure you have it in the right spot. Okay, how about if we take some of these wonderful rhinestone basic jewels and go over them with some Saffron blending pen to get the right color. I think these rhinestone basic jewels are a staple item. Same with the pearls, and the reason why is because you can adjust the color to whatever you want. Now on this card, I put some of the rhinestones, well, I used the gold, and I put one up there, one there, and one there. This time I am going to make a diamond pattern, and I'm going to just put one there, right over that little center button thing, and I'm going to put one there to bring just a little focal point to that center. So next month, May 8th, is my 5-year stamping anniversary as a demo. So in the month of May, look for lots of fun pop-up things. I'm going to be doing giveaways, more posting, a few more lives, some prizes. It's going to be fun. So this is our double easel card. Oh, you know what? Let me put this panel in here. Just pretend it's attached. This is our double easel card. This is how it does, and this is how it stands up. Just like that. So when somebody is, let me move that out of the way. So when somebody has it on their desk or, you know, on their shelf, look at how pretty that is. There you go. Lots of room to write, and it does fit in a standard envelope. So I will have a bonus card for you on Saturday. I'm back to my normal schedule. And this is the card I created. Very simple stamping. You know, that is what I love. This is the card I created on my YouTube live on Monday. So if you want another simple card using the same set of dies, the scallop contour dies, that's what this die came out of, and same, this is what that came out of. Great set. So if you're looking just for some easy, fun spring cards, this would be the set for you. Anyway, thank you, Jeanette. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you back again next Monday at 3 p.m.